Just a minute, folks. Cool. So I was just wondering about how to solve this problem of like whole dependencies and whatnot. If I had used Terraform providers to solve it, Terraform would have ensured that the parent gets created before the child, and however, I would have had to find out the parent-child relationship and accordingly put in stuff. I think what I'm gonna do now is take every monitor and first of all, the funny thing is I wanted to show that even in the Python API, the add monitor, it says wait for event and then it calls add, right? So it calls add with the data. So and then just a minute, and it calls add with the data, and timeout says this much timeout, and if the response is fine, okay. It doesn't wait for the response from what I understand, or if it does, great, I don't know. But anyways, in my case, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try to use you know I will probably learn how to connect the parent to the children and be able to tell in a very proper way parent child and then child's child and then whatnot, um, in an order that makes sense. But for now, what I have in mind is, since this is all asynchronous and we have to wait for stuff, I thought why not just do something like say, just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I was thinking, how about simply say, I won't look for all this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this too. And let me actually get those back just to take care of the parenthesis stuff. Right? File is gone. I don't want a parent to look for. And here, I can say something like, this I can keep it outside, by the way. And I don't need a parent to look for over here, right? Parents to look for, no. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a function call. So the first thing I'm going to do is once the login is done, after this, right? I'm just going to say something like let me just copy this up. I just need the socket, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna say something like add monitors with parent and then say null, right? And then with parent null, and then I'm gonna give the socket, or I can just do this with parent. So I'll just say add monitors. I think socket should be available outside itself, so that's fine. With parent, and then give the parent null for now. and then say, I mean, if I have to pass the socket, I can do that also. I can pass it as a context or something. Add monitor with parent function, right? What I want to do is over here, this is the parent, right? I'll just do this. So this will come here, right? And then I'll say, let's just say I say something like I go through all the monitors. The monitors is outside, right? And monitors added is actually not necessary, but yeah, actually it could be used. So I'll just say something like if the monitor is part of the monitors added, I'll just go on and monitor is added. Let's just say something like here. I'll just say updated monitors added, and then this one I'll say current monitors added, right? And then I'll say so monitor monitor. So this is the monitor ID, right? And then if it has to be of type group, if it is not of type group, then I'll just leave it for now, right? So move on, and then be like, say if so parent to look for is something that's there, and then parents to look for also is there. I think I'm just gonna leave the parents to look for over here, and over here parent to look for is gonna be this, right? I think I'm just gonna do this. So parent to look for is this with parent to look for, right? Or I can just say, yeah, I mean, so parent to look for, if it is not equal, then continue. So the if it has a parent and it's not equal to, so in my case it's null. So if it's not equal to null, continue. If it's equal to null, then it will go on, right? And then if there is a parent, right, then you say this, right? And it is part of the, let's say, if it is, it should be part of the monitors added. So, and then basically you say parent is equal to monitors added parent, because now you basically have this parent in the monitors added where it says what is the new ID. In the old version, like in the other instance, the ID was the key. In the new instance, ID is the value, right? So that is what monitors added is going to help with, other than saying that was it added or not. So now I think here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call add monitor monitor request data. Interesting. Monitor with parent. Monitors, yeah, with parent as this, right? The so here we will get, so we'll be using the old thing, right? Because the existing data, it has old thing, so I won't take the response. I think this is also a problem that I have. Okay, so no, I don't have a problem. So this is the old one, this is the new one, right? So I'll just say something like maybe I should actually say monitor ID, like say old monitor ID and then new monitor ID, because right, this is basically, let me just fix this a moment. So stay in the call and let's just do this. I need to delete these, I'll delete it. So here I'll just say new monitor ID is equal to response.id, right? And new monitor ID, right? So this is the old monitor ID. So maybe I'll just say something like, so this is gonna be like the old monitor ID. So I'm just gonna say something like old monitor ID, right? So that I just don't have like the thing. This is the old monitor ID, and in monitors you have the old monitors only, right? So let's just say old monitors. So old monitor ID, old monitors, and monitors added. So here I'll just say monitors added and then old monitor ID, new monitor ID. Now this is the old monitor ID I'm just going to give. So parent to look for with parent. So I'll just say something like old monitor ID of the parent to look for, and then here you'll just have, this is also an old monitor only, right? And then add monitor request data. So this will have stuff like old monitor and whatnot, and then finally you get the new monitor. So here I'll just say this. So once this is done, it will call this, and then it will go on with again the old monitors list and monitors added, right? Mapping of old monitor ID to new monitor ID, right? So now can I do that? Will this get over? When will this get over? That is something to look out for. So for example, like it should just stop giving events, I think. And what else? I'll just say add monitor with parent, and it'll add it, and once it's part of this or it's not, it's already added, and then the remaining is basically the parent that you're looking for, right? So if it's not, then you just move on, and it should be of type group. So in this case, let me see if I can actually just delete all of these, right? And then just put this in. So just close these, and here you can see there's nothing left. Node add all monitors. Cool, so it's good, right? Currently you can see only one got added. I'm wondering why the second one didn't get added. So it says this, right? Did I put an exit? Oh yeah, I did put an exit, sorry. I put a break, so that's the problem. Let me delete, and this is the current one now, right? So did I put a break now? So add, and then it will keep adding until it's done with adding all the. So you have this. So yep, it's added, right? So it's done. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and delete these, and I'm gonna actually try out adding all of these now. So I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna just add or use instead of this, I'm gonna use the all monitors. I'm gonna see how that works. So let's see how that goes. So it is creating stuff. So for example, I can see there are groups. So that's nice. I think it's stopped now, right? So there are quite some groups. So this is interesting. So we now have like how much. I have to see how much we have. This is interesting. So we have quite some, right? So we have Asia's CRM, we have EU CRM something and stuff like that. So now, I think sample we can remove it for now. All monitors. We look at all the groups, right? Like I think it's nice ping coming up here. I wonder. Okay, looks like I can't copy this. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that for now. I should try not to copy it. This was some 10 minutes thing, was it? Is it there? Hello. 2 hours thing, 15 minutes thing. Yes. Let me just clear this up so that I don't have any problems. In the meantime, I'll just save this. Go through the children of. So let me see. So I have parents to look for. Pop it up. Okay, null. So this is going to be part 13. Sorry, uptime Kuma upgrade from V1 to V2, part 13. I think that's good. And okay, null. Cool. So I'll discard that. Now, looks like things are nice now, but I'm not sure. So I won't actually look at the list of monitors that we get now. Let me just say sample.json. Let me name the sample.json though. I'll just add the monitors. Add all monitors. Let me just trim. Right, I'll just remove the sample.json for now. Right, Saha FS and cool. So before this I was saying add and then monitor ID and all that, and then monitors added, and then I was doing some while this is this and all that. It was not exactly working out, but it's fine. For now, fix the add monitors script, right? So let's do this, right? So now I've created it for group. So the next thing to do is basically create it for other stuff also, right? So based on the type. So I think what I'm going to do is check out what is used for other stuff. For example, here. So I think the type is only JSON query. The other type look for is JSON query. So we have a URL, we have a method, and then we have wait. So I think wait is always the same, so it's fine. So we have active. Oh, 3 of them are not active. Okay. So we have to actually given the active also over here. So active old monitor dot active, right? So we need to give that. So path name is not necessary, and then host name is not necessary. URL is there. Accepted status code is there. And then auth method, I think there are these many basic ones, and then the others have none, I think. Yeah. So if it's basic, then I think we need to actually provide some stuff. Okay, so JSON path and all that, and basic auth user and all that. Alright. So let me see if I can actually just do something like this is JSON query, right? So I think based on the type, I'm gonna go ahead and actually create stuff. So for example, I'll just take this out. No, I'll just take this out and say get request data for add monitor operation. Okay, and then give the old monitor. That's okay. So this I'm gonna use it up. So function, and then oops, let's say this old monitor ID, right? And then you basically say if monitor, okay, this is supposed to be old monitor, not monitor ID. If old monitor dot type is equal to group, then you just have to give this return this, right? Cool. So the next thing to do is return that. So and then if else if old monitor dot type is equal to I think I'm looking for JSON query. So it's JSON query, JSON happen query. Then just do this. Right, once you get the data, I think the thing to do is basically I think I might still have this. So it's not equal to group, and then it's not equal to say and it's not equal to JSON query dummy, right? Group, I want JSON query and I want HTTP, right? So if it's going to be JSON query, I actually want all of this, right? And I can still put notification.id list here now. So I mean all of them have notifications ID list as empty. There is 160 of them. There's 487 of them. So in some places we have notifications set. Okay. So for now, we'll set the notification thing as like this, right? Don't set up notification for now. Check once and verify. So here also I'm not going to set up notification, right? But this one I'm going to give it yes. So I'm going to say monitor old monitor dot accepted JSON codes, right? Cool. So that is active, and then name, and then status codes, and then notification ID list, and then interval, max retries, retry interval, reset interval, upside down, parent. Parent I have to send it actually. So I have to say what's the parent over here, parent. Okay. So that gets used up here. Parent is parent. And then or else if this you have HTTP, right? And then else you have, let's just say you have an empty let's just say you get null, right? So if you get null, you basically don't do anything, right? If and not m not request data is equal to null, continue, right? So just extra checks here and there so that in case people add in something here and there. So this is going to be HTTP, okay? And status codes is fine. I also need JSON query. I need the URL, right? So I'm gonna have the URL. So this is JSON query URL. Let me see if there is hostname anywhere else. No. Is there URL in any place? There are many URLs, but some of them don't have URLs too. Like for example, is there a place where URL is just HTTPS // So 26 of them. I think the remaining are different. Just gonna have this say URL for now. I think this is only there in group, right? Group. So we have time modes, by the way, so we might have to use. I wonder if these values for the group get inherited. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get those also. So the timeout and wait. So add timeout for group. Check if we need to add wait for everything. And then port, I think we're good. Hostname also we're good. So ignoring host, port, hostname, port and all. And I think we have ID, name, description. Path name is not necessary. Children IDs is not necessary. Hostname, port, max readers is needed. We'll put it. Force inactive. Let's say force inactive is again not needed. A lot of the fields. For the different types we use. So here to do is check if we need add timeout and then check if we need add wait for everything. Cool. So timeout and then this keyword null. So we're not looking for keywords. Inward keyword, yeah. Expiry notification. Ignore TLS. Upside down. Packet size. Max redirects. I get that. Maybe especially for this is for the type. What is the type of this thing? HTTP. Okay. For HTTP and JSON query, I'll add max and I'll add this max redirects. There's 0 only for one of them, so just add it. So I think old monitor.url, and then mass redirects old monitor.mass redirects. Let's just add this. So we have that, and then we don't need the other stuff, but we could add it if needed. Keyword. This is needed only for HTTP keyword, I think, so not necessary. I could add the timeouts actually. There are different timeouts for different stuff. For some, the timeout is 0. For some of them, timeout, yeah. For JSON query, timeout is 0. Interesting. Okay. There's a lot of zeros here. 48 also a lot. Okay, I'll just add the timeout also. So not in group, but in these two. Timeout, old monitor dot timeout, and then we have type force inactive. I could just say just remove these for some of these, add these for some of these, but I just want to provide it particularly that this is the thing. But yeah, I'm gonna miss out on a lot of stuff if I start doing this. 3. Okay. Status codes, notification ID list, interval, max retries, and all that. So let me just say basic over here. Okay, I'll just keep it like this for now. I'll come back to this later. For now, I need because I need to add these, and I'll have to probably use the object tstruct method maybe. I think it depends. For example, a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I want to change b, let's just say I put 3 is actually 7, and but I can't delete 5, 6, right? But I can actually add some more stuff. 8, 9, 10, 11. Right now, if I say something like dot dot a comma dot b, then it'll be 1 2 3 7 5 6 1 2 3 7 5 6 8 9 10 11, right? And if you do something like this will also be true where you actually do dot a commas, and you'll get the same answer again over here, right? So you can actually see that. In which case, I would like to do that, I think, assuming I don't need to remove stuff. But if I do need to remove stuff, then I'll just go ahead and remove it. And I'll say basic, and then start with that. Base, right? And let's say const base is equal to this, right? So then I'll say we need base, need name, we need upside down also, yeah. We need parent, we need description, and then we need the URL and status codes also. So I'll just say this. Okay. Okay. Right. I'll just say dot base, and then I think timeouts can go in that. So these two have some commonalities, but yeah, I think I can just put it all together here. So max redirects. Okay, upsetted status. Remove this. I think I'll just say if it is HTTP or if it's this, then just go ahead with it. Oh, I don't need type by the way. Oh, type is given clearly. Okay. So just a minute. Okay. Cool. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put this there because I don't see much difference in HTTP and JSON query, because when you add a thing you just say HTTPS JSON query. How is it different? HTTPS has retries and everything, 100 retry and everything. Okay. HTTP JSON query has a JSON query, and then other than that it's the same set of things I think. So I'll still have max redirects and everything. So yep. So everything other than, so we want return base. So maybe I can just put in so maybe I don't need to actually mention it in each and every place. Instead I can just say and monitor request data, right? Yeah. Just call it this. So remove this for now. Const add monitor request data is equal to this, and then if or HTTP, okay. So and then if it is HTTP, then just return it. Return base. We don't need an else here, but it's ensuring that we can do this. Or we can just put an if and over here you can just say return null. Yeah, I think this is okay. If else if is not needed actually. With this I'll just say add monitor request data, right? And then here I can say add monitor request data dot. If it's JSON query, only if it is JSON query HTTP will come up. So if it's HTTP, it's already gone. If it's JSON query, then I'm actually having one more thing to use, which is the JSON path, right? So JSON path is equal to old monitor.json path. return add monitor request data. Okay, cool. So HTTP body encoding is JSON everywhere, huh? Okay. Anyways, I'll just use it for only this two. Body encoding is old monitor dot this, right? And then so this is actually the exact same thing I'm using over here. Format. Let me just look at this. So this is the same thing. This is the same thing. Maybe I can actually just destructure the whole thing. Just a minute. Let me just destructure the whole thing and then add this alone as empty. And anyways, let me see if I can do that. And here also let me see if I can do that. So let's copy this and say something like and comma and say something like this and say something like right, and you have comma and const, have something like this, old monitor, and I think I go to that, right? So and then we can do the same thing. And here you can just say .json path and all that. You can do the same thing here. Let me just say const this. Okay. Cool. So we have this. So then we say something like const, and then we do something like this, and we say is equal to old monitor. Oops, old monitor. Cool. So we have that now, and anything extra we need to say, we just say this. So I think this is a constant, we say these. This is a constant, we say these. Right. So this is the URL and all. Cool. So now with that, we have active, inactive, and all that. Okay. So I think we're gonna be having in JSON path, JSON path is only for JSON query. So gRPC, nothing. Cool. Game dig and all now. These two have seen already. Expected value. So I think we have expected value in multiple places. Cool. So we'll use this expected value. I think the expected value basically comes from this, and there's also a condition. Okay. Condition. So expected value, expression, interesting. In JSON query, okay, DNS is all DNS, Docker host, Foxy ID is not made up, notification address there, okay. Expected value is fonts, okay. She has something like contains. I wonder how it works. I'll just delete everything and let's see how that goes. Blah, blah.com, dot something, JSON, test JSON, sample JSON. I think I had something JSON data, fake JSON data is on placeholder, so you can just get to do's one, right? So if you just run this, we'll get this. I can just put this here and to do's, right? And I can say something like dot id is 1, contains 1, right? Let's do this and let's say the same thing to do's and then say something. This is JSON query. I'll say dot id is equal to 1, right? And this is also up. So comparing 1 contains 1. So I wonder how it looks like. I'll see it. Before that, I'm just gonna create a JSON query to do's this dot id. So contains equal to is not equal to 2, right? So yeah. So JSON query not equal to less than or equal to 1 dot id to do's less than or equal to, right? JSON query less than, so 2 dot id to do's less than, right? And then you have less than and greater than or equal to do's greater than or equal to, so you have this is greater than or equal to 0, right? So some is down now. What is down? I thought this is proper. Oh, I didn't put dot id. Dot id. Cool. So that looks good now. So to do is greater than. So that looks good now. So this one is expected value is this. It says expected value, but it doesn't say how it does the comparison. Like how does it know what comparison to do? Comparing 1 less than to do is not equal to, not equal to, so I can just say that less than, okay, this is less than or equal to, this is not equal to, this is greater than or equal to, this is equal to, right? So and this is contains, right? So then the next one would be um, this one query. So greater than or equal to is there, I think. Greater than or equal, is it there? Greater than or equal to here? Greater than equal to? What about greater than? Greater than equal to is there. Greater than is not there, I think. So that's the last one. So listen, greater than equal to greater than 0 dot id is 1 to do's greater than, right? So now I want to see how this looks like, right? I'm going to export all the monitors. So I want to delete all the monitors. Is there a way to delete or export all the monitors? To export you have to get the other thing. So I'm just going to delete and see how that goes. So this is the last one, I think. So let's see. Delete monitors, right? And okay, it has deleted everything. So now if I actually look at this, this is the file that I need to look at. So let me just say something like, oh, this. Okay, cool. So here in to-dos, let me see contains, what does it do? To-dos, this, and then JSON path is this, expected value is this. JSON path operator is this. Okay, so you have JSON path operator that you can actually use. So equals, right? So it has that. So for JSON query, you have the JSON path operator. So other than the JSON path, you have the JSON path operator. Cool. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me actually just do this. I'll do the same thing again. Just just want to do this and this and say this constant and then have this and just be able to say something like JSON path, JSON operator. So this was for base. This data, I'll just say it's actually for HTTP monitor, right? I'll just say something like and monitor equals here for JSON query monitor, and I'll just return that. Return add monitor or JSON monitor. Cool. So apart from JSON path operator, what do you have? SNMP, remote browser, cache burst, screenshot. Nope. Don't need these. Expected value, yes, you need this actually. This is what helps you with understanding if the thing is like expected value. So you have expected value. So just do this. Okay, and you can actually just do this. Cool, so that is that. and then expected value is done. Then so let me just look at some of these. Get. I think the method I never mentioned. Interesting. Did I mention the method in there? Wow, I didn't. So usually the method is a get. Oh, it's not a get always. Interesting. So the method is over here. The method is get. In all monitors, let me see. Yeah, the method is always get, but I will ensure that I write it for both HTTP and for this. So the URL method, I think this will just come down. Last redirect timeout, HTTP body encoding is this. And then you have the method. Hello. I'm not looking for a change. I moved to this new company in June, so yeah. Yeah. So frozen actor, we have timeout, we have timeout. Yes, we have relax. Hostname code, we don't need it. Wait. I don't know. I don't know anymore. So we have wait. So wait, and then retry interval, interval, and everything is there. Keyword you don't need. Inward keyword you don't need. Expiry notification. Anyways, so expiring notification is actually true for some of them, I think. Yeah, so we have some of them as true. So I'm just gonna give that. This is for what type of thing? Type is HTTP. So expiry notification. I think the expiry notification is all about certificate expiry, I think, and I think that comes up only in HTTP and HTTP JSON. But for Redis also it might be there. RabbitMQ, no. For ping, I don't think so. But if you look at say group, I don't think there's anything. Let me just put it as expiry notification. We want some, right? So this is for this. And this we used from here. Okay. So this there, this is there, this is there. 3 things, and this one is, yeah, you have the method. Okay, so I think this is here, but these two are not here, I think. URL is there, this is there, this is there, this is there, this is there. Method is not there, so I'm just gonna add that. Let's just have it in order. URL, encoding, expiry notification for SSL, timeout, realize accepted. Okay, cool. So that is that, and then maybe you can put, okay, expiry notification is fine. Then ignore TLS. I think it's, okay, I can just put it. It's okay. I think it's all related. So basically, if you say something like HTTPS and basically ignore the TLS, add the Uptime Kuma cache cluster. So is there a cache bus? Cache bust. Let me see. I think I saw this cache bus thing somewhere over here. So cache bust. Yeah, yeah, 51 of those like that. What about the others? Weird. Um, Weird that only 51 of those are like that. The others, maybe something else. 487 of them. Oh, it's null basically for all the others. Cool. So yeah, for 36 of them null, and yeah, cool. So HTTP, you actually have something called auth method. We need it, and I think bust or something. Header. Okay, headers is something that's interesting and important. I wonder. Think 485 of them are this. I wonder what are the remaining. So unique. It's a string. Okay. Cool. So you need to have that. So it's a string. Okay. So I think headers is have it in HTTP itself. Cool. Let me just say headers. Just put it up here. Method headers. Yep. Cool. So yeah. What up? Cache bust. Just wondering what is this cache bust that they put here? Cache buster parameter. HTTP, and here interval keyword packet size. I think packet size. Yeah, we can mention it, but I don't think it's needed for any of these. HTTP body encoding. Okay. Again, no, nothing. Expected value. Okay. Body, gRPC body and all. Okay. Push token. Interesting. Nothing called cache. Here is there anything cache bust? Okay. So there is some cache bust thing over here, I think, which is I think a feature only in the newer version. So I don't think we need it for now. So yeah. Cool. So I shouldn't be seeing this then, because this is a newer version in JSON. Include sensitive data. True. So I don't know what this means. Include sensitive data. Doesn't say anything like that here. Cool. There is certificates and stuff. Authentication method is there, and accordingly they have OAuth and stuff. So OAuth and then okay. So auth. They have OAuth method, and then auth user and all that, right? So let's just see. So auth method is basic for a lot of them. It's null, is it, for many of them, and then it's empty for some of them. Okay, so I'll just say auth method. I'll put it up. I think it's only there for like and the type is basically JSON query. If it's HTTP, I don't know if it's being used. And it's null, then it's JSON fill and all that. So let me just put it as this auth method. So auth method, right, and then just put it up here. Right, so auth method, MQTT, this stuff we don't need, gRPC and all stuff we don't need, game, proxy ID, no, upside down, I think I mentioned already, upside down, yeah. So then finally there is body, which is all of this, so we'll just give it up so that it's better that way. So there is body, headers and body, so and the URL and all that. So basic auth user and stuff, or auth client ID and all that. So if you have a thing like that, I think these are new stuff. I think it's just basic auth and auth. NTLM and MTLS are not there, I think. So let me see MTLS. So auth, basic auth user, scopes, and then NTLM, TLM. Just give something random here and let's see what it says. Certificate, okay. Certificate and key, NTLM, username, password, domain, workstation, auth workstation. And then there is TLS, certificate authority, and certificate and key. TLS, we could use this if needed. This is, yeah, I think this can come in handy when you have HTTP stuff, so OAuth, client ID, secret, scope and all that. NTA, workstation and stuff, domain, auth domain and auth workstation, and then auth username, or like this username, today's username and auth domain over. Okay, so I think basic auth user, basic user, so auth underscore user, so auth method, auth username, okay. So I think we'll just use these and then the domain, yeah, auth domain. So anyways, we just have these, so I'm just gonna support only OAuth 2 and basic auth. Though we don't even have auth method as OAuth, and I'll just put it up, right? So that even if something is like that, then it will come up. So body, headers, include sensitive data and all not needed, TLS not needed, auth domain not needed, auth workstation not needed. I think this TLS certificate authority and certificate and the private key are for MTLS because you have certificate authority, certificate, so yeah. I think all of these are there, and basic auth has username and password, and auth has these, authorization method, form, data, body and all that. So authentication method, auth method, okay. So I'll just get these, first I'll get the auth method, and then oops, go to main tab, stay in the call, so just say auth method, yes, it's there, and then I'll have the basic auth user and basic auth password. So here, this and this, and then I'll take the OAuth stuff. So OAuth. So I'll just put it up here. So comma here. In case anywhere we have OAuth, then it will be required. Oops. Currently we don't, but just in case. Format document, okay. OAuth, and then these are for MTLS. I'm gonna leave it. Push token, database connection string. Okay, I think we're good. Maintenance. Okay. I think we have true for some of them. Do we have maintenance here? Maintenance is maintenance true for what? This is a group, so even for a group it can be that. Okay. So I'll just put it in the base then. So maintenance and then this, right? Cool. Think that's it. So tags, MQTT topic, path method, gRPC, radius, all that, game, history, encoding, this is done. Kafka stuff not needed, headers are done, gRPC not needed, we're not supporting that. And okay, I think we're good. Cool. Just wondering what this was all about. The sensitive data thing. Sensitive. Sensitive. Maybe this. I don't know, something seems to be like about sensitive data. I don't know what it is. How does it even know if it's sensitive or not? Push. Okay. It created a push URL. Interesting. Is there a token kind of thing here? Token. Push token, yeah. There's a push token available. If it's a push thing, then it's available. Sensitive, nothing over here, right? I don't know what it is used for. Is it this? Case sensitive. So SNMP, SMTP, view. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Docker container. Interesting. Somewhere there is sensitive here. It's not showing me. Oops. Sensitive. No. DNS. Well, I think, I don't know, it must be somewhere in one of these other. Let me just see if the new one has it, sensitive data. So I can actually look at this in the Uptime Kuma repo. Include sensitive data. So preload, this is the server side. If they included this, then it includes the sensitive data. So you can say over here, is clone. Cloning a monitor will include properties that can not be posted to backend as they are not valid columns in the SQL table. Oh, you can clone, is it? Wow. So if I just say https google.com, save it, clone, and basically basically say includes instead. Interesting. Undefined. Okay. This is undefined. Okay. Here, I know if it's not undefined, then where will it be true though? To JSON, so you're converting it to JSON. So here you clearly say include sensitive data false. Okay. You always say this is it. Peak references. By default, there is true, but I don't know where else do they call this. Monitor.json. Right, JSON preload data here. Okay, so when they get the monitor, they include sensitive data. In other cases, they don't include sensitive data. Right, so here they are actually getting get monitor JSON list, preload data and all that. Here also they don't mention true, like it's by default true, it's included. And here in notification is false. Cool. Okay, so yeah, as this about sending notifications and stuff, I think so. Accordingly, something happens there. Okay, so I think I had this thing done over here. Upgrade, meta, sensitive. No, I didn't write it down. Anyways, it's okay. So we have almost everything covered. I think force inactive and all that. Keyword is not keyword is not necessary. Expiry notification maybe we need it. Upside down and all that. Max redirects packet size. I think packet size is only for ping type. Okay. Cool. So tags, maintenance. I think we need maintenance. And this one path operator. Yeah, I think I missed that over there. JSON path operator. So let me close this. JSON path, JSON operator, operator. Cool. So there is a JSON path operator in the new version, and I think old version probably doesn't have it. So I need to check what it is. I think the old version doesn't have it. Right? So new version has it. I think in the new version, is it possible to have equal to? There is null for I think group, but if you create something like, let's say, JSON query and you do something like to-dos, like JSON placeholder, copy this and say something like this, to-dos greater than, so I think it will be this dot id and greater than 0. So I think the delete all monitors will actually get this. This one will say JSON path operator is equal. Okay, so this one is this one. This one is a group. No, this is a HTTP. And JSON operator. So by default, it's equal, I think. So let me check that out in the old version. Then in which case I have to mention equal as the JSON thing, JSON operator. Let me check that out for a moment. Let me pause.